Yes, sir. Another
Banger.
lovely, lively Thursday evening. What's up, fellas?
Feeling nice, man.
Not so
Live from
much.
Atlanta stand, man. Out here in the A. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, feeling blessed, black, highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Got the homies up here about to get our pod on, as we
Absolutely.
close in on 100 of them things.
Yeah, episode number, what is this, 93? Episode number 93. Feels
I
good.
like it.
All right,
Feels good.
congratulations.
Ladies, gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is. Like we usually do every Thursday night, man. Thursday night live on X, live on YouTube. It's your boys, the Ringside Club, 2/3 of the mightiest in the building. Of course, Peace the Bug out on assignment. This is the part of the show, however known as the show before the show, otherwise known as survey time. So, this is going to be a very AEW heavy episode. Going to sprinkle a little WWE conversation in. Really quick, survey to go around the ring is, we have the Wyatt Six. When the hell do the Wyatt Six actually step in the ropes, in the ring, to have a match? I'm just going to tell you, I have no fucking idea. I haven't seen anything outside of clips, so I don't know what's going on. But what say you, fellas?
We'll let our guest go first.
Oh. You want that
Go
one?
ahead.
Or?
I mean, I have a guess.
Go
If
for
they
it.
can,
Okay.
we've seen the long-term booking of WWE
Okay.
War Games, Survivor Series.
Wow.
You actually took that right out of my mouth. Yeah.
Of course, that was crazy. But yeah, that was, I definitely
And it's
get it.
what's been so great about this story is we've been so worried about the build up to the debut with the QR codes, with the teases and everything that's gone on from the production side of WWE that, I mean, we really haven't put a whole lot of thought into when's the first match actually going to happen. And as I sit here right now, like I don't, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow for me. I mean, especially with what they, it's all about kind of the follow up to that first chapter. The debut was epic. They followed it up with something just as great a week later and something that was very real, raw, and emotional. They can continue to tug on those heartstrings for the next 5-6 months, and I would have no problem with it.
I'm going to go ahead and say on a random episode of Monday Night Raw in the middle of August, because Survivor Series just seems so long from now. And what would it not be to not hear Michael Cole, Huskus the Big Boy, kicks out at 2? Come on.
I'm with it. We don't know when the Wyatt Six is actually going to have their match, but we know when the show is starting. It's starting right now. Let's get it popping. Peace to y'all, it's the Ringside Club, A.O., Blame Boogie, Chad Law. The power's back, triple power bomb. The big dog trio in the stream, y'all. Go outside, hit the venue guard. It's all love when you see us, Lord. Back to the pad, on air for the pod. Ringside Club, intro to the squad. Let the show start. Peace to the gods, of course. Peace to the earths. Like we usually do, broadcasting live, 905 live, every Thursday evening from the Empire Tri-State, except, of course, Chad is down there in the ATL, but you already know what time it is. It's your boys, the Ringside Club. Before we do our introductions of our guests and reintroduce ourselves, I want to let everybody know that you can head over to therinsideclub.com. All the past episodes, all the future episodes are right there. We are, of course, across all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts, plus all social. We're on X, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, this, that, and the third. You want to come find us, we're probably there. We have a lot to talk about. There's 40 matches happening on Sunday, AEW Forbidden Door. It's going to be a 2-day fucking pay-per-view, more than likely. This is a predictions
that should have been the
episode.
survey question: is when does AEW start having 2-day pay-per-views?
Nah, when does AEW Forbidden Door 2024 actually end? I'm going Tuesday. Over or under Tuesday?
Over.
Yeah, exactly. Over. It ends when Dynamite starts. But yeah, man, my name is A.O. Baker. I believe I am defending the predictions championship for what it's worth.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, I just won it. I'm going to lose it. Who fucking cares?
I know.
I mean, Chad, what's good?
I'm feeling good, man. I had to catch Dynamite last night. Rather all over the place episode. What would it be Dynamite without just chaos, pandemonium, fucking this guy, that guy, luchador, Mexican, Japanese guy, Shingo Takagi, Okada. I don't know, man. Let's just get into this fucking prediction because I'm ready to roast, yo. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rock, man. Fellas, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. Ayo is the New Japan analyst of the RSC. I am not.
God, okay.
That's
all right. Yeah.
And by New Japan analyst, that means I may watch one or two more pay-per-views than Chad does. It's like I ain't no damn expert. I just know some of the guys' names, man. That's all. But yeah, it wouldn't be an episode of the Ringside Club without some fire guests. We are joined by the fellas, the good fellas from the Wrestling Junkies podcast for this here episode number 93. Fellas, welcome to the Ringside Club.
Thank you. Pleasure's all ours.
Big fan of the platform. You know what I'm saying? We've been collaborating with a lot of different homies on the web. We want to make sure that even though we are just on Twitter, we want to make sure that you guys also are here virtually as well, connecting with us as well in these episodes, because it's not just Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We all are in the same wrestling space. We're probably all going to see each other at some of these events. I know some of y'all are in Cleveland, right? Or Cincinnati?
Yes, we are.
So y'all going to
Cincinnati.
Y'all gonna be, I'm sure y'all gonna be at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's only right. So absolutely. And we'll talk more about that after predictions. No. Before that, what are y'all expectations for SummerSlam in Cleveland? It's 2 days this year, right?
It's only the one this year.
It's only one this year?
Yeah.
Right.
It's only one this year, yeah.
Are y'all looking forward to SummerSlam in Cleveland? When was the last time that y'all been to any Cincinnati or Cleveland, any Ohio pay-per-views?
When was the last time they had a pay-per-view in Ohio?
There we go.
Yeah. We went to SummerSlam last year. I mean, that was just right across in Detroit, which was nice. I think last show that we went to, I think that was Dynamite. I think that was Jade's last night with the company. I think was the last show we went to.
We went to the one in Indy. What was the one in Indy?
But as far as shows in Ohio,
Fastlane. Yeah, that one. Yeah. In Ohio, yes. Wrestling in Ohio is not big for whatever reason. Indianapolis just got a huge deal with SummerSlam, the Rumble, Mania coming. I'll be at all those. I'm
2-night SummerSlam, a Rumble, a 2-night Mania. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I assume you fellas are going to be at all of those as well, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
For sure. For sure.
Thank you guys for having us on. It is past my bedtime, so that's how you know it is important.
There are not many people that can get him to.
I respect it. Bedtime is sacred. Sleep is sacred. Sleep is sacred. So yeah, man. Want to let you guys, Chris and Eric, just to let everybody know where they can find the podcast, where they can find you guys as far as social media is concerned. When you guys air top to bottom, let everybody know.
Go ahead, plug man.
All right, got you. Follow us at Junkies Pod on Twitter, on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at 262 right now, so we got some work cut out ahead of us, but we still got 6 months to do it, and we're gonna have some fun doing it. You can check out our Twitter info. It's got our merch on it. We got T-shirts. We got mugs like the podcast dad has been sipping on all night. We've got hoodies. We've got beanies, which you can wear in the summertime. Some people just choose not to. But it's all good. Just try and grow the community, have a little fun doing it, and glad to be here.
Very fire. Appreciate the merch, man. That's dope. That's dope. I see the flag in the back behind you too. That's dope.
Yeah.
Continuity. Gotta love it.
That's fine. I'm a shill. That's fine.
Hey, so am I, clearly, right? The cups are somewhere around here. The T-shirts are somewhere around here.
I'm on vacation, so I ain't got the cups with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the merch on deck. And I got
you gotta get some shot glasses.
Yo, you're right. That's a very good idea. Now that I say it.
I got a guy that knows a guy. We can get that done today.
Make that shit happen.
Absolutely.
Let's run
this. Forbidden Door is what we are here to talk about.
Got 10 to 15 to 35 matches to run through.
Last I checked, I went on the Wikipedia. There are 13 matches that are on the Wikipedia page for Forbidden Door, including the 3-0-hour matches.
3-0-hour matches? Come on.
Yep.
Man, it's 3 0-hour matches. But Yeah, man. So let's just get it started from the top. We're going to start with the 3 pre-show matches, 0 hour matches. We have attack. Oh, by the way, predictions episode. I am the defending champ. The rules for predictions on the Ringside Club, there are 2 points for every championship match, 1 point for every non-title match. If either of you two fine gentlemen actually happen to win and become the predictions champ, you got to come back on the show and defend it on a future episode, a future pay-per-view predictions episode. I mean,
Which will
those
probably be next week for Money in the Bank, apparently.
I'll say that's cool. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Confidence. I fuck with the confidence. I fuck with the confidence. Okie doke. So here we go. Forbidden Door 0 hour. We're starting off Willow Nightingale teaming up with Tam Nakano against Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. I'm gonna go ahead and say Stat and Momo because I think the money here as far as AEW is Willow and Chris. They haven't had that one-on-one blow off, so I feel it's gonna be some underhanded tactics to keep the momentum, so to speak, with Chris Statlander.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna go Statlander and Momo. I think the heels get the win here. It's not time for Willow to win quite yet. You want to, build that, continued wall for her to overcome. And they started that with her losing the title, lose the tag match, eventually get the big win on pay-per-view. Whether it probably won't be Wembley, it'll probably be All Out, but one-on-one between those two, Willow will get the win. But Stat and Momo win it this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to agree here. I love the heel turn on Statlander. I want to see more with her and Stokely Hathaway. Podcast said our fact checker did check this out. All Out is 2 weeks after Wembley this time, so there's still some slight time to do a build. I'm just saying it'll let it breathe. I would prefer to still see it at Wembley. That's just me. Okay, look, don't go acting all big and bold just because we're guests today, all right?
I'm big and bold no matter where we are. Don't you worry about me.
Oh, you can sit the hell down. Yeah,
I am.
Stat and Momo. Yeah,
I am the complete opposite. I'm writing all these down too. I mean, I'm gonna go with Stat and Momo, but I just feel like this feud is gonna be packed up and wrapped up well before Wembley. I don't think this makes it through the summer. Actually, I think we get this at Trouble at the Bubble or Quake at the Lake or one of the interchangeable shows that happen on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? You know how they just like jazzed up.
What's happening? What is it? Beach Break, I think, is next week, right?
Beach Break, Spring Break, one of them shits. Fighter Fest, like one of them shits is going to happen where we're going to start to see that go down. So I don't think this feud even makes it to Wembley. And by Wembley, they're going to be in 2 totally different paths, 2 totally different trajectories. If anything, I think Willow and Mercedes meet each other again at Wembley, and Stat finds herself as the odd woman out.
That's fair. Okay. That's fair. And there could be even more championships on the line for that match with Mercedes, but we'll get there when we get there. As we continue on 0 hour, we have Mariah May against Saraya. This is part of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. This is Mariah May all day. I have her winning the whole tournament, so she's definitely beating Saraya here.
I can't disagree. Same thing. I got Mariah May winning the entire tournament. She's obviously going to beat Saraya here. I have Mariah May winning at Wembley as well. So give me Mariah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to lean Mariah here. I wanted so badly for this run for Saraya to work in AEW, and I'm just not crazy about it. The Outcast kind of fell apart, and she disappeared for a while, and they're only the fix was, I got it. Let's just do the exact same thing. We're just going to replace him with Anna Jay and Harley Cameron, and I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. It's not what I expected from her, so I don't necessarily. I see this as more of a. I'll put Mariah over. Both couple of UK women going at it, mixing it up. I think the match would be awesome. Just given that stardom background that Mariah May has. Saraya is definitely rested, that's for sure. But I think it might be time for them to start building this split between Tony and Mariah May. I think Mina. How do I say her last name again?
I think it's
Shirakawa. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, this is probably the largest story with any continuity across the entire card. So, I definitely think this is just kind of the beginning of that slope. Started at Forbidden Door and building Wembley.
As far as like factions go, Saraya is like the Chris Jericho of the women's division, right? Like she just has people, just always people. I'm gonna.
It's her learning tree. She will be in the learning tree. She will be the woman of the learning tree.
See, it's a thing, Eric.
She's the roots of the fucking learning trees coming up.
Man.
Okay.
So for the record, this is the quarterfinal. All right. This isn't the final. This is just the quarterfinal.
Right, yeah, I think it's first rounder. Yeah.
Yeah, this
First
is the quarterfinal, but Mariah Way's winning the whole thing.
Okay. I'm gonna take Mariah. I don't want to sound like the horn dog of the whole fucking podcast, but this whole anytime these women, and even including last night on Dynamite, that 6-woman tag, my favorite part of the show. I think these are always my favorite combination of women between Soraya, Harley Cameron, Mariah May, Marina, Toni Storm. I need them just to wrestle each other all the time. I remember when there was a paradox of the women's division, everyone was tight. Like, nah, I need this to just keep revolving. Like, just keep giving me a variation of these 6 all the time, and that women's division can keep shining. Because I'm seeing the discourse. People are like, yo, this women's division is trash.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck division y'all are watching, because this is fucking great for me. Like, I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. Soraya's had her moment. I don't think she gets back to the top of AEW women's division. Mariah May is inevitable that she's the next champion. It's just writing on the wall. They're making it so that she is the one that dethrones Toni Storm, and we'll get there when we get there. But for the pre-show purposes, Mariah May takes the W.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, there's always going to be a purpose for Saraya. She's mid-card, she's comedy, she does some shit on
And she won the
Rampage
title
Collision.
already, technically. So it's
Exactly.
like she won
And she
at
had
Wembley.
that run, right? Not even run, she had the win.
She
She had that walk.
Remember,
she walked that title down, man.
You can't remember a moment from Soraya's reign outside of when
The
she
win.
won and when she lost. Yeah,
I don't even remember the loss. I remember the win. But clean sweep so far. Everybody from Mariah May winning this. Third match.
Jesus Christ, I'm lost. Hey, yo, take over, man. This is all you.
Look, the fire shit about this match is Mystico is the biggest guy in Mexico, period. And he's very, very CMLL. The Lucha Bros have been associated with AAA their entire career. So the fire thing about this match is like this is Democrats and fucking Republicans coming together to actually team. Like AAA and CMLL like is a real life off camera blood feud. So the
isn't this always the like, yo, you probably won't see it type of shit that they always talk about? So they're doing this on the 0 hour.
You probably won't see what, like AAA and CMLL guys?
Yes, you won't see any of those guys.
No, you don't see this. This doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? This doesn't happen at all.
They always speak about this like, yo, it'll never happen. That's the forbidden door, is them collaborating type shit.
Exactly. So this is fire. And the other guys, Yoda Tsuji, Titan, and Takahashi are all 3 members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, right?
So Titan got protected last night because of this fucking 0 hour match? Is that what happened?
It's a DQ. Yeah, pretty much. Who's winning this? This is Mystico and the Lucha Bros to me. I think this will not end in a DQ. This is going to be clean. Just because Mystico and Lucha Bros coming together is like legit Lucha Libre type, like history type shit. So they're not wasting this combination of wrestlers on an L. So I'm going Lucha Bros and Mystico.
Well, I think we have our first disagreement.
Ooh.
Let's go.
AEW is wasting potential and wasting moments, so they're going to waste this moment. That's why those 3 are not going to win, because guess what? Who's going to take the pin? They don't care.
Ray Phoenix?
Exactly.
It probably is going to be right, yeah.
There's no negotiation there. It's not going to be Mystico. It could be Penta because he might be leaving. So,
yeah,
who knows? But yeah, I think this will be a fun match. Crazy, high flying, speed, everything you want. Like, it's going to be just nuts. But flip a coin. Realistically, who's going to win? But we need to start getting some points. So I'm going to disagree.
I think I got Mystico pinning T-Time, by the way.
Okay.
Because he's a CMLL guy as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Los Ingobernables de Japón just because I like saying Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Where's my hat? I should put my fucking Ingobernables hat on. There's somewhere around here. It's with the fucking cups.
Yo, for the note purposes and for the briefing, I'm just putting the Japan niggas on the fucking. Like, these are the guys who are everyone's choosing, and that's who we got. I'm not writing Takahashi and the rest of those guys out on notes. I'm just going the Japanese crew for the sake of that one. And I'm going with Mystico and the Lucha Bros. I'm with AO. I see vision. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the rebirth of the Lucha Bros to try to keep Ray Phoenix and Penta happy, because, you know, getting a match and a win on the 0 hour is clearly a way to make them happy and make them stay and want to stick around for more. You know what I'm saying? Potentially a tag team title run. Who knows? Trios title run. I personally, y'all have already seen on RSC at previous episodes that I have wanted Ray Phoenix and Penta to go to NXT and go to WWE and take their talents there, because I think they would thrive out so much better there. Much the discourse online. So I just think, what better way than to just give them the W here to make everyone believe that they're going to stick around for more. And if we're also going to have the heels win for the most part, I mean, besides Mariah May, then I think it'd be fine to give Mystico and Lucha Bros a win here to make everyone happy on the pre-show, to give them a yay type of moment. You know what I'm saying? A good feel-good moment. The match will probably be really good, too. I'm not going to knock the match, and the quality will be good.
The match is going to be fire.
Match is going to be fire. I think the match will definitely be a surprise to most people. So I'm going to just go ahead and rock with that. I'm taking the AAA CMLL collab.
Got it. Now, right before I bring this back up, those are the 3 matches that are on the pre-show. Moving into the actual main card, the pay-per-view, what match is everybody looking forward to the most? Is there one match that stands out that you're like, all right, if I'm watching this, I'm going to make sure I'm stationary to make sure I get this match in? And what is that match?
So it's going to be about 8 hours in, but I want to see Swerve and Will Ospreay. Like, that's the match I want to see. I know it's going to be great. We'll talk about it when we get there, but the match is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. Honorable mention would be ZSJ and Orange Cassidy. But yeah, Swerve and Ospreay just has me nervous. It's really, really early to book this, and that's what's got me.
I agree with the Saber. I'm a Saber guy, period. So if he's wrestling, I'm watching. I'm gonna go Saber and Orange Cassidy, just because the styles are gonna be really, really interesting, So I think that's gonna be dope. Chad, what match are you looking forward to the most here?
Swerve and Ospreay, no question. Swerve and Ospreay for me, I think, is really the match that I'm most excited about. Great main event, loading. The match is gonna be heat. Whether it has a screwy finish, a clean finish. That's the only notable match on this pay-per-view that I can actually say, I'm excited for that match. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to deliver. They're going to live up to expectations. It'll be Swerve's best match to date. It'll be another banger after banger in Ospreay's whole fucking catalog. And it'll be 2 names that I actually know and care about on this whole fucking product, this whole show. So.
Right up. All right, main card, Forbidden Door, the pay-per-view. Let's start out with the AEW Women's World Championship. We have Toni Storm defending that title against Mina Shirakawa. And the real story here is really Mariah May. She's kind of caught in the middle. She is the prize, even more so than the actual title here. I'm going Toni Storm. She's retaining. Mina's not beating Toni Storm because Mariah is going to beat Toni, like we talked about earlier. Match is going to be really, really fire, though. Does this actually have interference? Does Mariah pick a side here? Or is this just a clean victory?
I don't think that she will mean to pick a side.
Yeah, I can see that.
It'll happen. Something unintentional is going to happen, especially depending on the finish of the 0 hour match as well. But I do think, if they're playing it up that she's going to be neutral, she ain't going to be neutral. Or if she isn't, it's just going to be something that she's going to try to explain away that Toni just isn't going to buy. But I mean, the big selling point of this match is Stardom legend versus, Stardom, superstar right now. And I think that's a selling point right now.
So yeah, I'm going with Toni.
Yeah, I'm gonna also go with Toni Storm. I think she walks into Wembley with the championship, and I think her opponent's gonna be Mariah May. So I can't see Mina winning this because we talked about it today on our show. I don't see any New Japan wrestlers winning any AEW championships. I just don't see it happening. So
correct.
Correct. I'm going to go Toni Storm.
Toni. It's Toni Storm. There's no way around it. I'm going to be excited to see Mina get in the ring and have a match. I love Mina. She's been one of the brighter spots since she debuted, since she's been here. I hope she's a permanent fixture. Like I said, I'm just a complete horn dog for all the women that are involved in this match. So, I can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? I love all the combinations of all these women wrestling each other. So, They could have a rematch on Dynamite, and I'll be just happy. And they could have a fucking 3 out of 5 falls match, and I'd be just satisfied with that too. More Mina, more Tony, more Mariah, more Saraya, more Harley, more Anna Jay while I'm at it too. I hope Anna Jay makes a cameo here too. That'd be real fun. I think it'll be a clean finish off top. I don't even think it'll be a screwy finish. I think a straight Storm Zero, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Mina isn't the type to really need a screwy finish. You could pin Mina, and it'll be just fine. I don't think the crowd is going to lose sleep over Mina taking a clean pin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Tony, across the board.
Clean sweep for Tony Storm. Moving right along, we have the TBS champ, Mercedes Moné, defending against the New Japan Strong Women's champ, Stephanie Vaquer. This is title for title, winner take all. This is the title that was made for Mercedes, and she's coming back for what she believes she's the rightful owner of. Mercedes is taking this for sure. Mercedes ain't losing anytime soon, so we can pretty much be sure. If this is not a clean sweep, I'm surprised. Mercedes is taking this W.
Yeah. How much are they paying Mercedes?
A whole hell of a lot of money.
There you go. There's your answer.
Bingo.
That's it.
Bingo. Yeah, this seems like they ain't really too much to talk about. This is a clean sweep. This is a clean sweep.
She's gonna get fucking fuckered, man. Like, it's fucking over for her, bro. I don't see her doing any retention. No. It's over for her title reign as New Japan Strong Women's Champion. It's going right back to the rightful owner, Mercedes Moné. I'm not excited for what's to come with Mercedes in this reign. I've been very critical of her in this whole time she's been in AEW. I don't know, man. I don't know what's next. I don't know.
I think with Mercedes, they need to make like a very, very hard decision as far as you are a heel, and just let her do exactly what she's doing now with the intention of getting booed, because she's not likable. There's nobody likes a CEO, for starters, right?
But they're chanting her because there are no credible real heels.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they actually make the decision, no, you're a heel. You start making slight tweaks. Her aggression goes up. She has a couple of young girls off of Ring of Honor to kind of stand behind.
You've been an advocate for her having young girls, the Renegade Twins.
The Renegade Twins.
I think you're going to speak it into existence. I think soon enough you'll speak it into existence. The way you've been talking about it, I think you will speak it into existence.
Yeah. CEOs need crews, right? They need people to boss around. So put some people around her and let that be the case.
They could be the elite of the women's division. Exactly. I mean, a lot of
there was that
front
conversation
office
earlier.
There was that conversation
about maybe her being part of the elite too.
We talked about that on early episodes when Mercedes was coming in. I was like, she should just go right to being a part of the elite, and that'll make her at least be
fun.
More hateable than she is right now. Right now, she's just tolerable.
I think it's like a lot of people, they like her because they know her, but we don't necessarily know how to feel about her other than judging it from a meta standpoint of like, I like this part of her act or I don't like this part of her act. But character-wise, we don't know if we're supposed to boo or cheer right now.
And that's what's interesting is because before they brought Mercedes in, they made some front office hires, one of them being Jennifer Pepperman from WWE, who worked closely with her during the height of that heel Sasha Banks run. Right. So the fact that she's kind of come in and we're having this discussion about, is she really, making this impact that they are expecting her to with the money that they're paying her? I mean, definitely has a mainstream crossover appeal. She was at Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That's all well and good. But when it comes to the wrestling part of this, they got to do a better job of making me want to boo her.
Yeah. They need to do, and even if they don't want the boos and they want to lean into the chairs, we got to make a hard decision. Like, we can't just have people that you need to feel something for these people, and they're not leaning enough into the feel part for Mercedes Moné right now. And like that, it's cool that she's there at the Boston Celtics game. She's there on this runway. She's there at this movie premiere. But that shit obviously is not translating in the eyes and ears on the TV shows. You know what I mean?
No, because it's not. Because they're not getting viewers and they're not selling out arenas. So who cares if she's at Game 7?
That's good for her, not AEW.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also
neutral for AEW.
The majority of people have probably said, "Who the fuck is Stephanie Vaquer? Who is she? Like, who is Stephanie Vaquer to even make me feel like she has a chance to beat Mercedes Moné?" Like, I think it goes back to like this whole talk about like, yo, if you know AEW, yes, like you should just know the people already. It just goes along with the flow, et cetera, et cetera. There's clearly a chink in that armor And it showed on that Ultimo Guerrero match with Okada. He's been unmasked. So how the fuck does he have a mask on again?
Right.
Well, that's the problem with Mercedes. Is who on that roster is going to beat Mercedes right now? Nobody.
If they're teeing this up for Willow, she's the only person like moving right now as far as like full circle story, as far as this championship. As far as this championship that she's about to beat Stephanie for, if you want to actually elevate somebody up to the next level, it's going to have to be Willow. Otherwise, it's going to be somebody that's returning like a Britt Baker if she's healthy or a Jamie Hayter if she's healthy.
Yo, dog, they have been
Britt Baker
inactive for a year and change, dog.
That's why it's a big ass if, because who the fuck knows? You know?
Yeah.
No, not to say that they couldn't, but it's just like, yo, they have been so inactive that it's like, wow, I really be forgetting about them sometimes, which is, I don't know if that's supposed to be a good or a bad thing. And I don't want it to be a good thing because I fuck with DMD and Hayter. But this hiatus they've been on, whether it's injury or not, it's like, yo, how bad could this injury really be where y'all have sat out for a year and we haven't heard a fucking peep, a promo, anything, a news report, an update, a source, nothing.
Yeah.
Sources say we're moving on to the next match. We have Orange Cassidy versus ZSJ, Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going with Zack. I think that Zack wins because going into the G1, there's a little bit of momentum, but then like Orange Cassidy's the golden boy in AEW, so why would he lose? This is probably one of the more toss-up matches as far as who actually takes this, but I'm going for the homer, man. Sabre Jr. for the W.
I'll say, if I'm not mistaken, Zack Sabre Jr. has beaten Orange Cassidy once, correct?
I don't remember. I do remember was it at Forbidden Door where there was like a 4-way, or was it wasn't Wrestle Dream? It was Forbidden Door, but it was a 4-way for the TV title, TBS, TNT.
I think I'll have to go look, but
I know Sabre didn't win that. I want to say that Orange might have won that one. So if they go 1-for-1, maybe.
That's why I'm going Orange Cassidy. I think they do the 1-for-1, and then maybe at Wrestle Kingdom we get the rubber match.
But Sabre didn't win that one either.
Did he? He didn't beat Orange Cassidy.
Nah, I know he didn't win that. I feel like Orange might have won that. But either way, I'm going with Sabre. Yeah. You're going with Orange?
I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm team ZSJ all day. Nothing swaying me from that. He's just too damn good. I mean, that match with Kyle O'Reilly last night was a masterpiece.
That's what should have been on the show.
Yeah, instead of the next match we're going to be talking about.
I was saying the same thing. Like, I'm watching Sabre and I'm watching Kyle O'Reilly and I'm wondering why the fuck that's not on the fucking pay-per-view.
Because Kyle O'Reilly is dead.
So what?
Make the eulogy.
So what?
Make a eulogy for Kyle O'Reilly. You don't want him on a pay-per-view over Pockets. Pockets greater sign Kyle O'Reilly at any point in time. Cool. Kyle O'Reilly is fried.
You can put Orange Cassidy in a different match, is what I'm saying.
No, you can't. What are you going to put him against? Trent and Rocky Romero in a triple threat who gives a fuck match?
Nah, you throw him in that ladder match.
There's already 19 niggas in this match. You don't need Pockets in this. You don't need him.
Kyle O'Reilly out, you put Orange Cassidy in.
It's like, yo, dog, like, I think just watching Kyle O'Reilly, like, get fried even more is just, like, it's so, like, damn. He's a great wrestler, but, boy, they're going to keep trying to let us know that Kyle O'Reilly's not going anywhere. Like, literally, not going anywhere and not going anywhere at the same time. Like, he's going to be here, but he's not going anywhere. So ZSJ picked up that win, and I think that's on purpose because Pockets ends up winning. Pockets will beat ZSJ because, quite frankly, Tony has bought everybody that matters from this whole fucking side of New Japan. So what's it to have? What does it even matter that ZSJ is supposed to be here? You know what I'm saying? He's going to eat a pin off a roll-up. A roll-up, mind. It's going to be a roll-up. A stupid seatbelt roll-up. And I'm going to be like, ha ha, that's Pockets. I knew it. I knew he would do it. And that's it. Like, will it be a good match? I believe it'll be a good match. It's ZSJ. I don't doubt the match quality will be fired. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think that he needs to win more than Pockets because Lord knows you can't remember the last time that Cassidy won a match that mattered. He beat Trent. And look at what happened to that whole fucking thing.
He beat Trent. Cool.
Trent.
That's what I'm saying. At least beating the former New Japan television champion will be some type of like, all right, we can have some belief that Orange Cassidy could be back to some type of credible retention in any division. Something. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all, because look at who he's hanging out with. He's hanging out with Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly, bro.
All right. Well, Mark Briscoe can cut a fucking promo, man. You close your eyes, you hear Dusty Rhodes and Mark Briscoe talk. Mark Briscoe got that energy. I wish I could see better from Mark Briscoe. My man's a world champion. We wouldn't even know if he cut a promo with his belt.
He's a world champion?
Yeah, he's the Ring of Honor world champ right now. Believe it or not.
I thought he lost that.
The Ring of Honor world champ in a ladder match for the TNT team.
But a mid-card belt that don't matter.
Oops.
He did defend the title tonight though on Ring of Honor TV for the first. I think that was the first time since like November or December of last year that the Ring of Honor world title was defended on Ring of Honor.
Who? Blake Christian?
No, against Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher, yeah.
So the TV champion faced the Ring of Honor champion. All right, man.
And there you Pete.
Ring of Honor, man. So what is it? Saber orange. We have a split?
Yes, it's split.
Okay. Moving right along, we have Mox, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, defending against Tetsuya Naito, the man that he beat for that title, and the man that he's going to lose to. Naito beats Mox.
Wow.
And regains the title.
Nope. Mox is going to win. Mox isn't losing on an AEW pay-per-view. Come on.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm going to say Mox as well, but it's also because there's that little wrinkle that Naito threw out earlier this week. If Mox beats him, Mox gets his spot in the G1.
And Mox is not doing the G1. Although
I don't think it happened. I think Mox is doing the G1. Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at it. I just, he's not like he's really doing too much over in AEW outside of holding this title anyway. But
no,
I still got Naito. I'm going with Naito.
I'm going Moxley. There's nothing else to it. He's had the belt for a little minute now. He hasn't really had the most notable reign, I guess. Defenses, really. I mean, he beat Hobbs, Takeshita, guys that don't really matter. I'm going with Mox to retain. Death Rider.
I think like Naito wins here because that is really the feud of his reign. Like it's Mox and Naito, and there's nothing else that's really hot in New Japan for Mox to do and anybody for him to defend it against. So he's going to drop it to the guy that he beat.
Mox is going to drop it to
Uno. Is so cooked that even Moxley is the world champion of that company. Like, that shit is so remarkable to me that Tony Khan took everybody that matters from that company, and now we've just got a who's who of motherfuckers on this whole pay-per-view of like, yo, Zha, he's facing this guy. Like, come on, you know who he is, right? You gave him a video package on Rampage. Like, it's remarkable to me that the New Japan roster is so depleted that, like, I don't believe anyone wins their matches. Like, off top, I don't think anyone of New Japan side wins. And if they do, I'm just kind of going to be like, like ZSJ could be the only win that matters in this whole pay-per-view, and nobody would bat an eyelash. It would be like, all right, it was expected. It's against Orange Cassidy. How can we, you know what I mean? But anybody else, I'm just like, yo, there's no way that anyone is beating anyone on an AEW contract in this pay-per-view. Like, I just don't see it happening. I'd be very, very surprised if this happens. But I mean, crazy things have happened. And I'm not the predictions champion anymore, so clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about sometimes.
None of us do, man. We have 3 for Mox, 1 for Naito. Moving right along, MJF versus Hechicero. This match pisses me off, right?
Mm-hmm.
This match pisses me off.
Yep, me too.
When Hechicero and a lot of these CMLL, Hechicero, it was Mystico, specifically those two. I forget, Hijo Del Wagner Jr., I believe, was another one. The point being, that first 3 or 4 guys that came in that got involved with the BCC should have just been them. Let's not make this a full-out CMLL thing. Let's actually focus on the people and get them some wins so people can buy into them. Hechicero is somebody that I became a fan of, followed him, watched his matches. By the way, his match against Saber and CMLL over the weekend was fucking flames. If you haven't seen that, make sure you watch that. There's no heat right here because nobody believes that Hechicero has a chance to win, and he doesn't. MJF all day. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a clean sweep here. I'd be surprised if anybody picks Hechicero. In Long Island, MJF, he's not losing this match. But there's no doubt, and that's the point. You're supposed to build this up so this could go either way. And Hechicero has lost more than he's won since he's been in AEW. So, MJF.
Yeah, I don't understand this match. Wait, is this the best use of MJF? No, you bring MJF back, he gets a big pop, and now he's doing this. what does this build to? Nothing. Like what? I don't understand.
So much so, like on the promo on Dynamite, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a poorly drawn character," and then what we're gonna do it all in. He just breezed by this match in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's not doing this match any favors, nor is the booking in Tony Khan. Like this is a complete waste.
No, it's fine. Tony Khan's got him signed, so it's fine. Who cares?
Here's what I would say about this, though. I mean, I feel like with Forbidden Door, and yes, AEW is now, this is their first year of the every month having a pay-per-view and wanting to build towards something. I have no problem looking at Forbidden Door as essentially kind of an all-star game. Yeah, there are some matches that are going to have some stories with implications that go into all in all. Would you let me finish?
No.
You can interrupt me. Okay. Whatever. Look, all that I'm saying is not every match has to have some stake or something behind it, at least not for me anyway. I mean, I think this is one show because there are multiple promotions involved. It's just a super card. I'm going to look at it as an all-star game,
People got to pay $50-something for this. This is a pay-per-view. What do you mean throw away a fucking pay-per-view, yo?
No, look, I agree to this extent, right? I agree. Like, I look at this 100% as like the all-star game, especially involving a third promotion now because it's just been New Japan and AEW.
Yeah.
That's not my issue here. My issue is I don't believe for a second that Cesaro has a chance to win because they hasn't presented him as somebody that wins against anybody notable. That's my only issue here.
You can be confused about ZSJ and Pockets because they have previous history together, and you don't know who can win because either man could win. Either man needs to win against each other. This right here, come on, man. MJF could have just stayed off the card. Matter of fact, you could have just had MJF be advertised as a promo, and he would have been just fine, as is. Cesaro has been wrestling since 2001, I believe. He's credible in his reign and his era of time and where he wrestles at. But otherwise, in AEW and to the common fan that's just tuning in, and I've talked to a couple people that are not the most savvy in wrestling promotions outside of WWE and AEW, who are just like, who is this giant guy with a mask on that's fighting MJF? Like, am I supposed to believe he's going to beat the former world heavyweight champion in his hometown? No, not at all. Not a fucking chance. Cesaro there to take a L and just to keep building up MJF's win-loss record. Because for anyone at home, win-loss record still matters in AEW, right? I think the rankings are still there. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
You know what I mean?
No. And I think it's pretty obvious too.
It's still
pretty obvious too, because if you look at the graphic there, you have AEW and you have New Japan. Where is CMLL? Oh, they're not advertised.
Oh, good call. Good
so
true.
Like, and Eric, I understand where you're coming from, that they want this to be an all-star game, but then just do that. But this is not like a dream match, so it's like I just feel like they could have done something better with one of their bigger stars on the show.
I'll do you one better. Pause. MJF and Roosh could have been this match right here instead of a throwaway on Dynamite.
They won't let Roosh on.
Why can't Roosh be on?
The company won't let him on.
Yeah, Roosh has had issues with all of those companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's
why.
But it's like in order to make the all-star game, you have to do all-star shit and have all-star stats during the season. So in order for Cesaro as an all-star and MJF as an all-star to kind of be on equal footing, both of them would have to be presented as an all-star. And Cesaro hasn't had any marquee wins. He's nice as hell. He's done dope shit. I've seen, like, when they've done the Fantastica Mania tours over in New Japan, really, really dope matches. Like I mentioned with the Sabre match, there was a really, really dope match that he won. He just beat Sabre. He tapped him out. It was a best of 2 out of 3 falls. First fall, he tapped Sabre out. Bryan Danielson couldn't do that. They didn't even mention that shit on TV. When they're running down the card. So it's like these like little details. I think I got a question before we continue, because we talk a lot here and there about things that AEW could be doing for a common fan, let's say. I'm not a common fan, so I really don't give a fuck what a common fan knows and doesn't know. Is there an identity issue with AEW, right? I think AEW is like a really well-funded hardcore fans promotion, and that's the way that they carry themselves. And I think they've lost their identity quite a bit since probably letting that online criticism get to them about what they should be doing storyline wise. And I think that they've kind of, mixed in a bit more of the sports entertainment, and it hasn't worked, and the numbers have gone down since doing that. So I think it's like an identity thing. So like, should we be catering to people that don't know who Hechicero is, or should we really just go left back the direction that we were going and say, no, this is for the sickos, quote unquote, but actually for real, and not play into some of the bullshit that they do? What say y'all?
I mean, what you also have to look at is, they're not the new kids on the block anymore. That's the big thing, is like they're finally out of that. They were brand new. Like, no one ever thought in the era of Vince McMahon that a new company would come along in the way that was be so well funded that they can go right to having a TV deal. And that got them a lot of attention, and because it was something different, and WWE's storytelling and product overall weren't great at the time. So it was nice to have that alternative. It still very much is. I feel like it's kind of, at times Tony Khan talks out of both sides of his mouth of, I want to have this more entertainment oriented product at times, but then wants to shy away from doing that during other times. Like when we talked the CMLL partnership here a couple of months ago, I forget who it was that, they wanted me to was watching a trios match. There were no highlight packages or anything to show kind of, okay, who are these guys? Like, why should I know them? Like, I know CMLL is huge in Mexico. I know AAA is. I know that these are stars in those home countries, and that's great. But give me an idea of why I'm supposed to care about them and what they bring to the table when you're exposing them to an American audience. That is one thing that Paul Heyman did really, really well in ECW is, okay, if they're coming in from Mexico or they're coming in from Japan, Joey Styles is going to make sure that I know who they are and why I should want to see them on my TV screen. Tony's not the greatest at that. It's just, the online criticism isn't helping either, but I think it's just kind of a, figure out what your lane is. If you want to be the alternative, be focused on the in-ring quality as opposed to storytelling. That's cool. But your attempts at the actual creative long-term storytelling, like WWE has been doing for the last 70 years, just hasn't worked. Look at Undisputed Kingdom and the Devil.
Well said.
Yeah. I think the best way, and we'll move on to the next match. I think the best way to get people tuned in and tapped in and believe in these guys is just present them as credible. Give them wins. Don't just lump them under this one CMLL banner or the New Japan banner, because then we still don't know who any of these people are. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving right along. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi teaming up with the Acclaimed. This was a cluster, man. This was crazy. They're teaming up with the Acclaimed to take on the Elite in a trios match.
This is the bathroom break of the night, y'all.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna go ahead
there's another trio match coming up.
Yeah, I'm going with the Elite for the win. I think the real interesting thing about this match is the face-off with Okada and Tanahashi. They'll get in there for a couple of minutes, but other than that, oof. But yeah, I got the Elite.
It's got to be the Elite. Like, they have to win if they want to keep this momentum going with their whole NWO vibe or whatever they're going for. It's got to be the Elite. The Acclaimed and Tanahashi winning doesn't really do much. Although Tanahashi is the booker, so who knows?
Yeah. I gotta go the Elite. However, I think they're more Logan and Kendall Roy. That's just me. But yeah, I gotta go Elite here. There's no reason for them to lose right now. Already draped in gold. They're essentially running the show. We know that this is going to be the larger story until Kenny is ready to return and reassert that EVP power. I mean, Christopher Daniels is an interim EVP to kind of keep this story going. So yeah, let them rack up those wins and continue to thumb their nose at the rest of the roster.
Until the video package and I saw the names, I high key was like, yo, is Naito doing double duty? And it was like, oh no, that's Tanahashi.
It's the hair.
Aha. That's who this is. Okay. So when I say the bathroom break, I mean the Acclaimed having a match on pay-per-view at their coldest point are going to be a bathroom break against the Idiot World Order. And I do think the Idiot World Order picks up the W because why not retain? Why not win? They are the group that is in charge. They need to have more wins. And as we go towards Blood and Guts, to where they have another match against another group of guys they've already beaten time and time again, that could be the time they actually take a L. Otherwise, I don't see the Idiot World Order taking a loss anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they win. Okada hits a Rainmaker on Bowens. Bowens takes the pinfall, and that's that.
I just love how this match came together. How the Acclaim segment was like unplanned. We don't know whether we're going out here to challenge, but yet they have the Tanahashi video just ready, just in case the Elite.
Yeah, it was just on deck.
It's like, all right, what are we doing here?
Like just in case, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And you get a Matt Caster Long Island pop too, so there's that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Elite clean sweep. Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. This is also a quarterfinal in the men's tournament. I have Bryan at least making it to the finals in the tournament. We could talk a little bit about who that wild card is. I think the Elite, the Bucks alluded to who that is, being possibly being Hangman. But Bryan is beating Takagi. I have him going like pretty far in this tournament anyway, if not winning out the whole thing anyway, to kind of play into his "this is my last shot to main event and win a world title" storyline. But yeah, Danielson for the win. Dragon versus Dragon here.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think Danielson wins. Again, it's just the New Japan talent. It doesn't make sense for them to win in this match. Like none of the matches for the New Japan talent, it doesn't make any sense for them to win. So, especially with this one, like Danielson's going to be the one moving forward anyway. So give me Danielson.
Yeah, what do you mean? We have Okada. I just said Okada's going to get a pinfall. You got New Japan talent going over.
That's
He signed with AEW. All the good ones are in AEW now.
Oh shit! No kidding.
Tony signed the Forbidden Door, bro.
And then threw it back on their face on pay-per-view and threw him a bone. Like, then who you got? Whoever's left. You know what I mean? Here's his pay-per-view look, yo.
Yeah, I got to go Danielson here. This is very much this last however long is left on the contract. I mean, we're into the matter of months now, I feel like, at this point. But it's very much given that Shawn Michaels energy. It was hard to say goodbye then. It's going to be hard to say goodbye now. But there's really no better way for Bryan Danielson to go out than winning this tournament, challenging for the world title at Wembley. Writes itself.
That could be.
You got a neck cramp or something, Choops?
No, you're just wrong.
Sweet for man. BD.
I'm going Danielson. I don't want to just sound like the non-New Japan guy, even though I do have the NWGP US title on deck. Who the fuck is Shingo Takagi?
Whoa.
Nah, you're wilding, bro.
Whoa. Even I got to throw the flag on that one. Hold on now.
Shingo Takagi is a bona fide legend. It's just a problem with this being in a tournament. We know that the story is Bryan's. So we know that he's not winning. Takagi is as legit as it possibly gets. It's just that we don't have any reason to believe that he goes further in this tournament. Mm-hmm. That's really the issue here. It's not a who is Shingo Takagi thing. It's an issue with we know Bryan is going at least to the finals.
To the people on the outside,
I mean, there's Google for that. We ain't doing
who
that.
Who the fuck am I supposed to think that Shingo Takagi is going to beat Bryan Danielson? And we know Bryan Danielson don't win a lot, especially on his last run. But you got to know that he's going to fucking beat this guy up. I don't think Shingo Takagi has a chance in hell. And we all know this. So, again, it is a clean sweep. But Bryan Danielson absolutely has to make this motherfucker tap. That's me.
Nah, I think it's Busaiku knee. I think we get a pinfall. I don't think Takagi's tapping out. But yeah, this is the issue with, this being part of the Owen Hart Foundation makes this much more of a decided victory, in my opinion, for Bryan than if this were just a one-on-one match. If this was a one-on-one, I would say that this could go either way. But there's something on the line here, and Bryan has to continue to, his story of I got to get that world title shot before I retire. But clean sweep for Danielson, so it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Main event, Oh, I have. So there were two more matches. There were no graphics, so I just typed them up here.
A disrespect.
I was like, yo, you went through that main event rather quickly.
No. We'll end on the main event, but we have the learning tree, I believe, because I think they taped Collision either tonight or last night or whatever the case was. So Jeff Cobb was added to this match. So it's Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb, according to Wikipedia anyway, versus Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. I'm going with Joe, Hook, and Shibata, man. This is one of my favorite acts right now. I have fun watching them. So I'm going with them. Plus learning tree, I could see like Chris Jericho taking the pin, especially if it's Samoa Joe doing the pinning. That hurts nobody, but I think there's a lot of potential for Joe and Hook and Shibata as far as trios go. So I see that team taking the dub.
You set up straight, make sure the learning tree is good, because I'm under that learning tree, right? So
fuck with the learning tree, man.
I love the learning tree. This is the best Chris Jericho we've had in years.
Hey,
don't tell me you're wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong. The best Chris Jericho we have had in years.
How many years are we talking? Because
since he was world champion.
You're so full of shit.
The Ocho. He was the Ocho.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm enjoying it. With all that being said, Team Hook is winning.
Yeah.
Team Hook. I don't. This is my bathroom break match.
Don't do it.
Just because Chris Jericho's in this match. This is my bathroom break match.
I might agree with you, bro. Might agree with you.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, wait. So we have. Y'all all going Joe, Hook, Shibata?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down. Joe, Hook, Shibata. Joe, Hook, Shibata. So that's 3 Joe, Hook, Shibata.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going learning tree. Because
this is your I need points answer right here.
And they also need a win that matters. I want to say they need a win that matters.
I don't think they do it all.
He's the FTW champion.
Yeah,
they need a win that matters. Like
this storyline continues as long as he has that belt, pretty much. So it ain't on the line.
Most relevant that title's been in years.
They need a win that matters. Like the learning tree needs a win at this point. So you get a great win by having Jericho or Big Bill pin Shibata because Shibata can always take a L. Joe and Hook don't need to be pinned. Jericho definitely doesn't need to be pinned right now. Big Bill don't need to be pinned right now. Jeff Cobb can't get a win to save his life anytime he's on AEW programming. But at this point, you don't bring Jeff Cobb in as a surprise. And is he not the TV champion in New Japan?
He is the TV champion.
So you can't bring him in to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to at least give these guys a win.
You sure about that?
Here is the win.
I think you can.
Here is the win that New Japan needs on this pay-per-view.
I mean, they don't
Jeff
need
Cobb
anything.
Pinning Shibata.
Tony Khan's going to tell them what they need.
Yeah. You need this check that I'm about to write.
No, man.
That's about it.
I just can't see Jeff Cobb coming in again to lose because he's already 0-45 in AEW and he's the TV champion.
I'm surprised that there's this much conversation. Yeah, it's Jericho and Big Bill don't need anything. No. And the act is going to still be the same.
Keith not even being in this match has me pissed off because he's actually one of the brighter spots of this faction.
Yeah. Is he actually legit hurt?
Oh, is he? I don't know.
I saw him in a he had the
sling, but I thought that was just storyline from the previous week or Collision. I think.
I'm
maybe
that would require watching Collision. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say who watches Collision?
Oh.
I understand.
That's
you have to watch that show. No, I think
Collision. Like, oh, yeah. Come on.
So I watched Collision, and it was storyline. It was a Samoa Joe, Hook, Katsuyori Shibata. One of them, stepped on his arm or some shit like that outside. But I thought that was just storyline. I thought that.
No, I think
where does Jeff Cobb come in? Is what I'm.
New Japan.
That's the biggest star they got.
That's one of the biggest stars they've got. Someone who's not under the AEW umbrella. And Brian Keith uses that cast to cost them the match. And by them, I mean Joe, Hook, and Shibata.
I can see Keith. Yeah, I can see.
It's a nice finish.
Getting involved there. Yeah, but
and then we have this 13-man TNT title ladder match.
New TNT champ will be crowned. 6 guys: Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Jack Perry, Dante Martin, Leo Rush, and El Phantasmo. This
can already
looks...
tell one guy who's not winning this match.
Yeah, well,
tell two guys who's not winning this match. I might even tell three guys who aren't winning this match.
It's definitely two.
This looks obviously pretty earmarked for Mr. Jack Perry.
That's what I'm saying.
This looks like Mr. Jack Perry walks away with the TNT title.
No. What is it? New champion gets 2 points. Takeshita. They got to give this guy something. He pinned Kenny Omega twice in 1 week. And what have they done with him since?
Yo, he pinned Chris Jericho too. Don't forget that.
Nothing. They haven't done anything with him. Give him this title. Let him do something. Because if you drop the ball on him, he will go to WWE and they will make him a star.
So
how's that working out with Shinsuke?
You got Jack Perry.
He had a great first night.
All right.
Jack Perry had that one great night in NXT.
All right. It's Jack Perry. What's the next one? What are we doing? It's Takeshita. You got Takeshita.
I do.
I'm going to say Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. Oh, man, this is tough. Like, I know Phantasmo's not winning. I know Dante Martin's not winning. And I know Leo Rush ain't winning. Mark Briscoe doesn't have to win because he has a belt already. So it really comes down to Jack Perry and Takeshita. This is tough. Takeshita doesn't ever really win anything that matters. And Jack Perry winning only makes the most sense because this now gives the Idiot World Order all the belts that matter in AEW. So, damn, process of elimination. Jack Perry.
Do belts matter in AEW? There's like 800 of them.
Everyone's got one, but Jack Perry has had none of them. You know what I'm saying? He's had a forgettable tag title reign. If they did win the tag titles at one point, I don't remember if they did. Mm-hmm. They did early, so yeah. Don't remember that one. So it only makes sense, you know what I'm saying? After the expunging of CM Punk from AEW, you reward Jack Perry with a title reign and a top spot on our programming of AEW. So until Coke Man comes back and faces Jack Perry to help put over that young talent, I think this is what we got here.
It's gonna be that long? Jeez.
Yeah.
They're definitely going for the optics. Everybody in the elite holding the title before something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what they're.
They'd be great mid-card stable. Love it.
With EVP powers.
Great.
Continental, Inter-Euro Continental Breakfast Champion. Okada himself. And TNT champ. I wonder if the TNT title gets defended now. Or will it just go back to how the patriarchy and how Christian had it, where there was no title defenses until Christian felt like defending it? If Jack Perry wins. That card graphic, by the way, is fucking insane.
Nah, I had to double up. That's why I didn't put it up.
That is.
I know. It's doubled up, but like that is a fucking insane card, though.
Like, a lot going on there.
Yeah, drink water, man. Everybody needs to hydrate and stretch.
Not too much though.
This is exactly. Unless you're strategically drinking water for the bathroom break match of your choice. Main event, AEW World Championship. We have the international champ Will Ospreay trying to beat Swerve Strickland. He is the current AEW World Champ. It's a Swerve all day. I think MJF gets involved. I think that's the feud going into Wembley is Ospreay and MJF. I think Ospreay loses this title to Danny Garcia because of MJF. MJF gets involved in some way, shape, or form, either this match or on Dynamite. He costs Ospreay something. So that could be that. I've been on the signature move earlier this week, last week, whenever I put that out. I said one interesting thing about this story could be Will Ospreay hesitating to use the Tiger Driver 91 and Swerve being the vicious guy out of the more vicious guy out of the two of these guys. He capitalizes on that. But I think they've played their hand a little bit early. They didn't need to play their hand as early as they did. 2 weeks ago, I had no idea who was winning this match. I was like, this could go either way. There are like a million scenarios. All of them work. I think they played their hand a little bit prematurely. And I think Swerve retains. He walks out a forbidden door and into Wembley as the champ.
I hate this match. I think it's going to be a fantastic match, but it is booked way too early. Like they should. Like why did they do this to them? Because there's what's the good outcome of this? You beat Ospreay, you beat Swerve, you have a shit finish.
You think they booked this too early? As far as like they booked it for Forbidden Door is too early?
Yeah, these guys shouldn't have touched for months. This early into Swerve's reign, it shouldn't have happened because I don't see how anybody wins out of this. No, somebody's going to get hurt by a loss here.
Which is fine. Like I think like those big marquee matches, when you have a match that neither guy can lose, I think it makes it more interesting. And I think like this also does, in my opinion, Swerve, in order to be a legitimate champ and not a transitional guy, in the opinion of many on the internet, needs a marquee win. This is a marquee win.
I would love if Swerve would retain the title here. He's not going to. I go back to my Mercedes Moné point. How much are they paying Will Ospreay? They're going to put that title on Will Ospreay, have him walk into Wembley defending that title against the Owen Hart Cup winner.
That's
Jay
bold.
White.
Whoa.
Jay White wins the Owen.
Holy shit. Man,
and that's how, and that is how you get there.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
My man said the pre-show Warrior is winning the fucking Owen Hart tournament.
He's
going to overcome the odds of the pre-show.
Eventually, you're going to have to book that guy well. So now's their time.
I'm here for Jay White Levesque to fucking become the main event guy that we expect him to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hoping for it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. That was a bold one, bro.
Just like, something in my gut. Something in my gut says Ospreay. So
I gotta say Swerve. AO, much like you, I'm in agreement that Swerve needs a marquee win. And one thing that Podcast Ed and I have said on our show multiple times is that just about every Will Ospreay match that he's had in 2024 is a bona fide match of the year contender or an honorable mention at worst. Absolutely. So for Swerve to get a massive win over this, and I know that there's the money situation here and how much they're paying Ospreay. However, he'd be losing to their world champion. I don't think that's not nearly as bad as losing to anybody else.
Danny Garcia.
He was pinned by the AEW world champion. Like that, I just don't know. On paper, that doesn't sound bad. And we also have to come back to, especially because I've already said, I think Bryan Danielson wins the Owen. That's a rematch right there of those two from earlier this year already. So let's run it back. And, if this is the swan song for Bryan Danielson, what better way to go out than somebody who's going to give you the match of your life times 1,000?
Yeah, they could do that without the title.
I'd prefer if they did.
Just something in my gut, man, says Ospreay, and something, I don't know why, in the back of my mind is saying Hangman's going to get involved somehow.
I think Hangman is the wild card.
I think he might show up here and cost Swerve, and that's how you get the blood and guts too.
When you got Hangman, that's when you also get MJF as the defense, and that's where we end up having random tag team matches on Dynamite for the next couple of weeks between all four of them, as they fight for the World Heavyweight title, but also not fight for the World Heavyweight title, while Ospreay still has the international title that eventually has to go to somebody else that's not anywhere credible of beating him, like Danny Garcia. But you got to get the belt off him at some point. I don't see Ospreay being a double champ, and Swerve needs a win that matters. And this is the win that matters for Swerve. This isn't just an interchangeable win. This is the guy, Will Ospreay, who arguably is more over than Strickland right now entirely. So Swerve needs that win. He needs the pinfall. He needs the crowd to be like, oh, damn, this match was fire, but I kind of wanted Will to win. Like, I think Will can afford this loss because he can just bounce back and still say, hey, I am an AEW belt holder. To PD's point, everyone's got a fucking belt here. So, what does it really matter? Everyone's a champion in AEW. So Ospreay can still hold his head high and still be like, I still got the international title. Open challenge on Wednesday on Dynamite. Who wants it?
I think it's got Daniel Garcia on
Daniel
Wednesday.
Garcia lined up.
Yeah.
Garcia's lined up on Wednesday.
Yes.
I think Swerve wins. I think MJF gets involved on Wednesday and costs Ospreay that title to Danny Garcia. I think Hangman is the wild card and wins the tournament. We get Swerve and Hangman for the title at Wembley. We have Ospreay and MJF feuding, and then Danny Garcia is the international champion, and he's in with whoever he's in.
But what happens to the Owen Hart winner? Where does that
the Owen
go?
Hart winner gets the title shot at Wembley. Hangman wins the Owen. as the wild card.
That's tough, man. Against Bryan Danielson. Like, where does this leave Bryan Danielson? I guess Nigel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad option. Shit. This is the good problem. AEW's main event scene is good problems. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the card sometimes is a little bit fucking confusing and flustering, but the main event scene to me is always the more enjoyable part. So like I said, this is the match I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a banger. And we got our point tiebreakers as well, too.
Wait,
5 points.
Who'd you pick, Chad?
Swerve.
Okay.
House call. It's over. I think it'll.
I'd have Swerve win with the Tiger Driver.
Yes, you've been saying that. You've been saying Tiger Driver from Swerve. I just don't think it happens. That's all. It sounds good, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Swerve show a little bit of that aggressiveness on Dynamite. That's what I want Swerve to be. Go back to that.
That house kick was vicious, and I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. That looked good. Ospreay sold that like he just got shot in the head, so that was pretty dope. Good sell. Our 5-pointer, I'm going to keep it light. Since we know the main event most likely will be Swerve and Ospreay, what match opens the show?
Well,
in case all of our predictions end up tallying out accordingly, this will usually be the deciding factor.
We'll go ladder match. Why not? Let's start off with a ladder match for the TNT Championship. That opens the show.
I'm gonna go the hometown squash MJF.
Ooh,
that's a good one. That first match of the night pop, first entrant of the night pop.
Long Island.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy and ZSJ.
I'm going to go MJF Hechicero. I like MJF Hechicero a lot. It's Long Island. It's a pop. MJF. Oh, no, I take it back. I take that back. I take it back. I'm going to go with the wild card. Bryan Danielson and Shingo Takagi.
I can see that too. I can see Bryan getting in and out of there.
Yes. I think
and somehow he's still on commentary at some random point, later on in the night, right?
He main evented last Forbidden Door. He main evented last Forbidden Door, so I think this one will be him opening the Forbidden Door show to having a banger of a match. So that's my vibe. That's what we run with.
That is Forbidden Door 2024. God damn, that's a lot of matches, man.
I think it's less than last year, though.
Well, they still have. I'm sure they're going to announce more. I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to have 4 pre-show matches somehow. There's going to, another 2 matches on the main card. You know how it is.
No, thank you.
If you're spending $50 on this, you're getting every one of those $50. I'll tell you that much. Kyle, what up, boy?
Peace, my guy.
Fellas, I appreciate you good folks for coming through, man. This was fun. Wrestling Junkies pod. This was dope.
Yeah, it's been an honor. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again.
Absolutely. Our door is definitely always open whenever you want to come through and kick it with us, man, on the ring side of things. We're over here, man. Once again, let everybody know where they can find your pod.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow us at Junkies Pod on X, at Wrestling Junkies Podcast on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We need everybody's help to do that. We're about 265 right now, so we got some work ahead of us, but we like a challenge. But yeah, we absolutely need you guys' help. You can catch us Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, live 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We are live. We drop interviews on Fridays as well. So there's always something to watch. Also, make sure to follow at @mainevent_net for the Main Event Network. We got great podcasts on there. We got blogs. We got fan art. We got a little bit of something for everybody when it comes to pro wrestling. So help us grow our community.
Hit that subscribe button, man. And with that being said, this has been episode number 93.
Outro survey real quick.
I hit the damn music, man.
No, but you gotta hit with the outro survey. It's only right. We always do it. Where does Dijak end up?
In a rematch with Keith Lee.
PWG or something. Where the fuck does that take place?
I don't fucking know, man. Look, AEW doesn't need to sign any more human beings. So
No.
Get your money. If there's an offer, get your bread. But I wouldn't be mad at a nice indie run from Dijak, some TNA matches from Dijak. We're gonna, if Keith Lee is healthy at some point this year, next year, we're gonna get that run back at some point. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see him on the Indies. Action Wrestling would be a great place for him to go hang out down Tyrone, Georgia. So Matt Griffin, if you're watching, let's have a chat about that.
I can't wait to see him back on NXT. We're getting worked.
You might not be wrong, actually. You might not be wrong. I'm going to go with TNA. I think he's going to be pummeling Matt Hardy, in a couple of weeks. I think he'll show up in no time, and he will be a very good pickup for TNA. Like, you don't need to be in AEW. I think he will hold it down in TNA very well. So I'm going TNA for Dijak.
Him and Hammerstone will be a great match. Now that I think about that,
I think
really
him
cool.
And Santana, him and Dijak, him and Moose.
Yeah.
The main event scene needs a lot more people because Matt Hardy, bloody hell, cannot keep getting fucking title matches in that damn company. So I'm here for Dijak, who's having to put TNA back on the map. So
same thing about NXT. Trick needs some challengers.
You got Sean Spears, man. Come on, what you want to do? Chairman.
When there's a Sean Spear reference on the show, it's time.
That's our cue.
To get the hell out of here. For the Wrestling Junkies, for the Ringside Club, we are out of here. Peace.